What's going on, everybody? I hope you are doing all right. Welcome. It is 4:03 in the afternoon here on the East Coast. Getting ready to wrap it up here, man. You might be sitting at your desk thinking, I got an hour to go. It's time to get up out of here. That's the plan, man. Let's coast on through the end of the day. If that is you, maybe you're hanging out from the West Coast and you just got back from lunch, man. I hope it was good. Taco Tuesday. Did you have tacos for lunch or are you having them for dinner? Today we are not having tacos for dinner. We've decided that we are going to have some pineapple fried rice. I told you yesterday when he was making some tiki masala, and I never took any pictures and posted it. I felt like not being a foodie last night, but we did the tiki masala, and she made the amazing naan. Holy smokes, was it delicious! But we've got a ton of leftover rice, so we are going to make some chicken and pineapple fried rice. Let's go! Let's go! Thank you. Well, I don't. Not that you guys care. You probably don't care about what I'm having for dinner, but I appreciate you guys being here. Please go ahead and smash the like button. We are back up on X today. Everything is back and connected. Let's get it. Shout out to the engineers that got it done really quick. Before we get into all this stuff, let's look at this really quick. About that, that's not what I want. This is what I want. X, formerly known as Twitter, faced multiple outages yesterday, attributed to a significant cyber attack. The platform experienced intermittent service issues with services users reporting difficulties in accessing features like reading replies, viewing accounts. A pro-Palestinian hacking group, Darkstorm, claimed responsibility for initiating a distributed denial of service, a DDoS attack against the platform. So we are having troubles yesterday. I know. In our chat group, there's some people that just got back into the chat group today. Their Twitter was out their X was out for so long. So shout out to you guys. Apologies, you couldn't see the show yesterday unless you checked it out on YouTube. I did post a link saying, "Hey, come watch," and we did get a nice big group hanging out yesterday. But welcome back if you did miss the show yesterday. Appreciate you being here. Please go ahead and smash the like. We'll get to about the halfway point. And then we'll do a tutorial for the folks over on X if we feel like that's something that needs to be done as far as smashing likes on the video over there. Because right now, we don't really even want to talk about it. But I know the YouTube folks, y'all are crazy awesome at crushing the like button. So, all right. So we got through that little issue about X yesterday. And so that was kind of disappointing because not only did we have crypto down, but X was down. We had no one that we could complain to, no one that we could look and be like, what is happening? You just got that spinny thing. And then it said tweets aren't loading right now. It's very frustrating. We couldn't even leave messages in our group to talk to each other. Very interesting when the power of communication, when that access is cut off, man, I'll tell you what. That was not fun. I'm not saying that it was scary and like, oh, goodness gracious. It's just, listen, with Bitcoin, crypto, everything was falling. Yesterday was a shitty day. Things are looking much better today. Now the question is this a full recovery? Is this the beginning of a nice little, let's go up for a little while and have some fun? Or is this just a little breath and then we're going back down even more? We'll take a look at some of these charts and we'll take a look and see what some of the indicators are showing us in a little bit here. But I want to take a look at the markets really quick overall, and then we'll get into a couple of headlines. Just some things like, look, they're more everybody's, if you're still afraid, like, don't be afraid. You got to look at the macro. You got to look at all these headlines that are lining up like, holy shit, like the storm is coming, and the storm being a very positive thing, right? The bull run, it is coming. Right? We're just whether this is manipulation or just some bullshit or whatever. This is definitely the Max Payne. I put out a tweet this morning talking about Max Payne. I said, GM with a coffee cup. Max Payne, you feel it. I feel it. The entire market feels it. Give it a look. We definitely know. We definitely feel that. So, all right. Let's swing this on over to CoinMarketCap. Let's take a look at the markets very quickly. And let's see what we've got here. Much nicer today when you see a little bit of green on the front screen here, right? Much nicer. All right, so market's up 3% today. Love to see that. Volume up 14%. We've got Bitcoin dominance at 61% here on CoinMarketCap. ETH at 8.7. So Bitcoin going up a little bit more, ETH going down a little bit more. Gas is at what 0.07 Gwei. So at 1 Gwei. Oof. Oof. Fear and greed 15 sliding down. See what's trending right now. ETH. We didn't want that. That's not what we wanted. ETH is trending. Arkham Pi. I'm telling you, man, what is up with Pi? Like, what is going on with it? Why is it trending so much? Bitcoin and MAGA, interesting trending coins. Let's take a look at the fear and greed index, and let's take a look at the chart on this over the last several days. Let's just do the 30 days right here. So as you can see, we have been like this is the lowest that we've been in a while, right? We have been lower, but not in quite some time. The last time we were down this level looks like it was back in September of 2024. We had a touch point very close in August, and then July there, just kind of running down the hill. So this was, and let's go all time back here, back in September. No, actually, this is October of 2023 is when we got out of this low. Where's the fear and greed? Wait, what number am I? Okay, I don't want any of this stuff. All I want is the fear and greed index. I was mistaken with the gray. So is this like the lowest? I thought we've had a single digit at some point. I'm fairly confident at some point we had a single digit. That's weird because I like a 9. It was like a 9. I think it was the lowest that it ever went. Does anybody know? Do you guys know the answer to that? Let's go. Shout out to my chat. I see my chat is definitely getting crushed. Let's go. Appreciate you guys. By the way, couple things. We got it. Let's do. I'm going to switch back to some house cleaning here because I've got a congratulatory message for my guy 6 a.m. Doug. You may know him as Dougie Fresh. Got the gold medal today. Now it's a big deal because he's a couple hours ahead of all of us in his day. He happens to be several hours in advance of all of us, especially me. So like for whatever reason, I feel like that gives him the advantage to get the gold medal every single day. However, he got it today, but this was his first one. So congratulations, Dougie Fresh, my guy, 6 a.m. Doug, you earned it. Let's go. Like I said, it's about damn time. And then Blocky bringing in silver, and Mike Lowry getting the bronze, and not too far off was Doom with the what's worse than bronze? We'll give you like the copper, not even copper. We'll give you aluminum. It's like a nice a Coke can. We'll just give you a Coke can. You can melt it down. And speaking of melting, I got an entire somebody. I'm going to talk to you guys because somebody's got to help me with this and like tell me what I need. But I've got this like desire and urge to melt down old silverware into what are they called? Ingots. I believe I've done a little bit of research into this, but I got to figure out what I need in order to do this. So I've got, and I don't know where I got this several years ago, but I've got this bag, this heavy ass stupid bag of like this old silverware. And I believe most of it is actual silver. And so we don't want it. We don't need this. And so I want to melt it down and create my own little silver things. So I don't know why I'm like fascinated with smelting. Is that right? A smelting furnace? A smelting? Something like that. Anyway, a crucible. I'm throwing out some terms that I'm learning doing my research. But if anybody actually knows this shit, please let me know. If anybody in my crew. All right. Bought one in Vegas on Amazon. Let's go, Doom. Let's go. My guy. Yeah, that's what Doom gets melted. He gets melting coat. See? My people know what it is. June 19th, 2022, Fear and Greed Index was a 6. Thank you, Mike Lowry. That's what it was. That it's the 6 and the 9. You make one upside down and it's you figure them they're both the same. But yeah, that's right. Single digits. That was like the lowest it's ever been. And I'll tell you what, you bought that day. You're probably still up. But maybe not. Let's see, June 19th, 2022. Let's go take a look at that on the charts. Let's see. That's Bitcoin dominance. We just want Bitcoin. All right. Let's see. June 19th happens to be a special day in my world. I'm not going to tell you why. All right. So June 19th, 2022. Oh, you need to see coin or trading. 3. Here we go. Bring it back. 2022. Are we getting? Oh, we're gonna need to go to the. All right. June 9th. This is a week, so we're gonna have to go on the daily so we can actually pinpoint the day. April, May, June 19th. All right. I just need to make a mark so I can zoom in on that shit because that it was so fucking zoomed out. Ah! All right, here we go. So if you bought on June 19th, that shit was. Oh, this is the market cap chart? Son of a bitch. I'm on the wrong chart too. You get too many stupid Bitcoin charts. No, that should have been the right one. What the heck is going on here? Bitcoin. Bitstamp. We need the old school one. Scroll back to 2022, man. What the heck happened there? Oh, this is that other one that I got. We talked about with like the big drop. So June 19th. 2022. See, this is I got this thing way too zoomed out. All right, so it's like about right here. 21,000. Hell yeah. That took a long time to answer my question or to answer my statement. Yeah, you'd be way up. All right. So let's see here. Let's go back to Coin Market Cap. All right, let's look and see what we've got. Now, as far as some winners today, like I said, we got some things that are back on track. We got some double-digit gainers. I know earlier on AJ's stream, there were a bunch of people talking about like Caspa. What do you think about it? Well, I'll tell you what, that's the number one gainer of the day today, up 21%. So if you are a Caspa holder, shout out to you. Congratulations. I don't hold Caspa, but I will tell you that is a nice gain for you. You should maybe think about taking some profits. Who knows what is going to keep doing? But I don't know anything that's going on in the actual ecosystem. You got Bin Tensor up 18%, Helium, Celestia. None of these that I'm in. Render. Now, look at that. Yesterday, somebody was asking about making a big buy, or I think we were talking about potentially doing a big buy of Render. That was down big time yesterday. So nice to see that thing up almost 10% today. There we go. Are there any deals? That's what we want to know. Athena, Tron, OKB. No, there's really nothing really down too much. Let's see. Anything still down on the week? JASMY, I'll tell you what, still that opportunity, man, to scoop that shit up on the cheap before that thing rips. We were looking at, what is it? Coin Perspective, right? We go to Coin Perspective. This is where we can get. So let's go JASMY. And let's see here, target price. So if we think that it was going to get to, if we wanted a 10x, that'd be what, like 10 cents? Let's see. That is a 4. Yeah, so that's a 6x actually. So to get to 10 cents would be a $4.8 billion market cap, currently sitting at a $656 million market cap. One thing that I've been talking about, and this is, it's in the news, Japan, their whole thing, they reformed their capital gains tax. I thought that this was something, one of the articles that I had read, and this was yesterday that I read the article when it came out, that they were going to be giving like their people a chance to kind of voice some opinion about this whole thing and how they go about it. But from another article that I read today, that Japan has definitely, it is confirmed that they lowered their capital gains down to 20% from 55%. So that's big. They're going to have some ETFs launching. Remember, they're kind of doing what America's doing, what the US is doing, where they're flipping the script, right? And they're really kind of embracing the tech and embracing blockchain and crypto. And so that's happening over in Japan. And JASMY is going to have when that happens, I believe JASMY is going to have a massive run when everything is all said and done. I stopped sharing my screen somehow. How did that happen? Boom. There we go. All right. All right. So that's JASMY up 5% today. There we go. But it is still down 22% on the week. So that is one that I'm telling you, man, like you probably, if you don't have JASMY, if you've been on the fence, definitely get some of that. Cardano down 22% as well, up 6.3% on the day, though. So that's pretty good. 72 cents, almost 73 cents. Pi coming in again. What is Pi actually? Pi's ranked number 11, man. It is hanging up there. It is just hanging up there. Let's look at its all-time chart. Currently underwater from where it normally resides since it's come out. So could be a good buying opportunity for this. Let's see. Does the website take us to anything? Let's see here. Your first digital currency you can mine on your phone. So people have been doing this, I know, for so many years. Is it like the user base? Did the user base for Pi, did it dinosaur tail out like a Web3 game did? You know, that's something we got to look at. All right, let's go. Let's close this one up. Let's go back on over here. All right, back to coin market. All right. You got too many tabs open here, too many pages open. All right, that is the right one. Yeah, there we go. All right. And then I believe so that's all like the winners and the losers for today. Okay. All right. All right. Let's get into a couple articles. We do have a couple of, I got to close some of these. That Pi thing, I believe, started to slow down the computer a little bit here. So we got a couple articles. Now, before we do that, I got a quick message from my show mascot. Oh, Dad, how about this one? Boom, there you go. Mash that like button. That is my homie right there. All right, let's get into a couple articles. We got a couple things to talk about here. You got Franklin Holdings. They are filing for a S1 form of the XRP ETF. Come on, here's another one. There's like 24 filings for this ETF, I think, at this point. Coinbase Custody would act as the fund's custodian. Let's see, a final decision expected by October 2025. They get, 240 days or something like that? I will take a look at that in here. I'm sure in a second, he'll probably say something. Franklin Holdings, the parent company of global investment firm Franklin Templeton, making a splash. Let's go. They filed for their form of the SEC to launch the XRP ETF. Oh, wait, I got a message from Blocky. I'm going to read this. This is about Pi. Blocky is a digital currency developed by Stanford PhDs with over 55 members worldwide. Interesting. Okay. Oh, I got a link. Nice. Get some pie, baby. Get a slice of that pie, baby. All right. The proposed fund, which would trade on the CBOE, the Chicago Board there of Exchange, aims to provide investors exposure to XRP, currently the fourth largest crypto by market cap. The ticker is yet to be determined. Let's see. CSC Delaware Trust Company would serve as the trustee, while you got Coinbase acting as the prime broker. Coinbase Custody would serve as the custodian for the fund's XRP holdings. There you go. There's the chain of command. There you go. So 240 days. So application as of February 14th, you got 240-day review period. Hopefully they fast track all these things. Let's see. Other filings include from Wisdom Tree, Canary Capital, CoinShares, Grayscale. Wasn't it up here? The file forming Bitwise, 21 shares, Canary Capital, Grayscale, Wisdom Tree. There's like a whole bunch. There are so many ETFs in the hopper. As soon as all this happens, there was another one that launched that was announced this morning, was the AVAX one. Like, this is massive, guys. Like, we've been saying this for a little bit now. The more ETFs that we get, the more approvals that end up happening, the better chances that we get to have an index fund. And when we get a true index fund for crypto from a big service. Now, I know that there are some, and we looked at one, man, I can't remember the name of it. I know that it begins with an A. I could go back and look at my notes and find it. But I know that you can launch your own index funds, and I know that that is possible. But when we have them from like the Grayscales or the Franklin Templetons or these big name firms, when they're the ones dropping index funds, that's where the real money is. Something I'd learned this from AJ: 70% of all the volume that we see in TradFi comes from index funds. And so if we can get something like that into crypto, smash the like button if you want to see that happening. Let's go. Shout out to the chat. Hey, I see my let's go through the chat for a second here, and then we're going to get back into the news articles. But let's see, who do we got in the house today? I got a ways to go. Y'all are yucking it up. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. Y'all really could be doing anything. You could be anywhere, but you are here hanging out, and I appreciate it. And all right, so we got all the normal gangsters and the OGs. We got all of our medal winners and everybody that we had mentioned. Mr. Maya, what is up, brother? Hope you are doing well. Diastro Goat, Desert Crypto, Breezy, what's up, fam? Hope you're doing well. We got Not Funny Man, but you are funny, man. Blocky, my homie. Juggy. Oh, shoot. What's my dude? My guy, Juggy. Let's go. Blockchain Basement in the house. Let's go, fam. I hope you are doing well. Let's get that collab going soon, right? Who else we got here? Scrolling down. I see we do have some celebrities in the house tonight. Let's see. Wait a second. I just found out it is Blocky's birthday. Oh, man. Blocky, my guy. Happy birthday, brother. Appreciate everything that you do, all the help. I can't wait to collaborate. I think you're going to come on the show at some point this week, or we're going to do something. Let's get you locked and loaded. Let's get some collaborations going, man. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Blockbuster VHS in the house. Let's go, fam. Smash the like button if you are in the Blockbuster VHS family, because you know that I am. Here, I'm going to go smash the like button on my own family because or my own video. I'm doing it. I don't even know how to do it. Gotta go here. Well, I can only go into the studio at the moment, but I will smash the like button. I think I may do it on my phone. Listen, let's all take a moment. We're all going to take a moment to do this together. And this is what we'll do over on the YouTubes. We'll do the YouTube one first. If you're watching on X, you should just do this right now. And this is just a great little pause. It's a great little segment to do to make sure that we're just liking these videos. And Cheapers. Obviously, I don't pay for the YouTube Premium, so I got smashed with an ad there. But here we go. Let's get it. All right, guys, do your part. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. It is the number one thing that you can do to help me grow this channel. As you know, I am now venturing. I'm flapping my wings. I'm doing my own thing. I'm doing it for me, myself, and my family, and that is the point. So number one thing you can do to help me grow is to like this video. Thank you. All right, let's move on. Let's go to we probably got still a few more shout outs we can do in the chat. I didn't mean to stop doing that. Coins Chick Coin. CC, what is up, fam? Hope you are doing well. Crypto Billy, my guy. I will see you later. Gonna be coming on that show later on this evening. High Life AK, what's up, family? Rocky Top, man, we do have some star-studded people in the crowd tonight. Grind Time 84, fam, let's get it. Crypto Princess, what's up, Princess? Michael Allen, let's go. Saying just keeps showing that good news doesn't make it pump. Bitcoin whales run the show. Sup, peeps? You are absolutely correct, and it is institutions. This is their bull run. They run the show. We just got to sit and be patient and wait for our numbers to hit. They will. Absolutely. Zach, my guy, good to see you here, brother. Hope you are doing well. Danielson, let's go. Corey, I feel like, man, we got the whole crew. You guys are amazing. I appreciate you guys being here. All the support throughout all this bullshit. You guys know it means the absolute world to me. So thank you. Learn cryptology. Shared the channel on X. Thank you. Appreciate you. All right, let's get back into the news. I'm feeling good, man. Y'all are amazing, amazing people. Thank you for being here for me. As House panel kicks tires on the stablecoin bill, old school finance giants reveal their shift. What is happening here? Are people starting to show their true colors? What's happening? In a U.S. congressional hearing on the new House stablecoin bill, let's see, there was witnesses, including a BNY Mellon and Wall Street super lawyer. Whoo. Let's read our TLDR. Two of the witnesses, what we just said, two of the witnesses speaking on behalf of stablecoin legislation had major Wall Street pedigrees. The bill is picking up momentum and has a Senate counterpart also advancing. Well, that's good news. That's great news. And then Democrats called for Republicans to come back to a previous compromise bill hashed out by the previous heads of the panel, Democrat Maxine Waters and Republican Patrick McHenry. Patrick McHenry, actually, former Speaker of the House, was also at the ONDO Summit Finance, or the ONDO Finance Summit, and he has joined their team as one of their advisors. So shout out to Patrick McHenry. I actually got to ride the elevator down with him, and we walked. It was just him and I. We walked, we talked, and then walked out of the building, and it was raining. And so he skedaddled while I went and got all, put my shit on so that I didn't get all soaked in the rain because I was wearing a suit that day. I was suited and booted, baby. No tie. You know me. You guys know the rules. I'll wear a suit. I will not wear the tie, though. I don't want anything like that. But so we had a great conversation. He's a really funny guy, very approachable, very friendly. Had a really nice meeting with Patrick McHenry in that elevator ride, and then out the building. So hopefully a lot of really good things happen with this. Let's get into the article and see what it says. Let's see. After years in which crypto insiders desperately sought to get the attention of U.S. Congress, the pro-digital assets witness at the latest congressional hearing on stablecoins included. All right, we already talked about that like 3 times. There's our guy. Here's the quote. This is what we're looking for. We love quotes. If a permitted stablecoin issuer has a properly calibrated reserve of liquid assets, capital buffer, and no material amount of liabilities other than its stablecoin liabilities, as contemplated by the Stable Act, its payment stablecoins should be as safe as insured bank deposits and central bank money. So I believe like the TLDR or like they explained to me like I'm 5 is like, they're like, all right, we'll allow it. I think honestly, like no shit. I feel like at some point, if all of this goes well, like within our banks, and maybe you're not going to be able to. How is this going to work? Because all right, so if Bank of America is using internal transactions using XRP, when we start to do external transactions, that should be no different. It is, just to the external address, as long as it is a receiving address, that is fine, right? So I feel like the whole idea of banks, and this is one of the when you talk about mass adoption for crypto, right? One of the biggest things that we need is for crypto to be as easy, or if not easier, than the current model, right? The whole idea of remembering this phrase and, this transaction might not go through. You might have to wait for a little while for finality, all that stuff. Like that doesn't work. And I know like a credit card transaction, they swipe it. It's almost like you get that pre-approval, and then the transaction actually settles when usually like at a restaurant or whatever, they batch settle that stuff at the end of the night, however it may be. But anyway, this with how the direction of all of this is going, and with XRP being, man, I just feel like that's going to be the first one that when you go into your bank that you can use XRP, whether you want to buy some and have it. It's going to be, I mean, if you think about the 5 assets that Trump named, right? You had Bitcoin and Ethereum, you had XRP, Solana, and Cardano. And let's remove Cardano from the equation for a second. And let's even remove Solana from the equation for right now. And let's just go with the top 3. Let's go with the top 5, including the stable coins, right? And I believe that would be Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, USDT, and USDC. Let's just say that those are the 5. That would be the initial offering. I feel like those are going to be the ones that when you go into your bank, that is going to be that you can buy, and obviously maybe the more speculative ones that aren't stable coins that you can put into your investment portfolio. Whereas the USDC or USDT, let's say USDC, that makes like the most sense, is what you do a lot of more of that settlement stuff with. So I feel like, and I hope that when we talk about mass adoption and actually going to our banks and either being able to say, hey, take 25% of my savings and put it into Bitcoin or XRP or whatever it ends up being, if that doesn't happen this year, I imagine that we are going to see this within the next couple. I would hope that we see it very soon, especially if they're already doing Bank of America. I'm Bank of America, so like if they want to test me out, I'm in. Like let me go, let me in. I'll test it. I want to be a part of it. But anyway, shout out to everybody. What is up, chat? Love you guys. All right, I got like way too long into the weeds on that thing. All right, Texas event. I want to go through the rest of these pretty quick because the whole idea of most of these articles was really just to illustrate the point that no matter what the fucking price is doing, no matter how bad in the trenches you get and how low the fear and greed index number gets, the narrative outside of price is never been as bullish as it is right now. Texas evaluates a third Bitcoin reserve bill, right? So now they introduced HB 4258, a new legislative proposal to allocate $250 million from their state economic stabilization fund to Bitcoin, right? It's like their rainy day fund. I lived in Texas for a while. I know that rainy day fund is huge. It's in like the billions. So that's fantastic. That's fantastic. They took, remember, don't put more than you can afford to lose, right? That's smart. That's like investing rule number one. I think that's smart. And let's go test the waters. I think this is fantastic. It also allows municipalities and counties to invest up to $10 million in digital assets. And that is on the local level. So again, that's, like the local level, not just the state, which is really cool. And then they are currently reviewing two other Bitcoin related bills introduced by Senator Charles Schwertner. Let's see. Anything more than that? I feel like we just kind of went through that whole thing right there. Anything else important? Nope, not in this article. There was something else farther down on one of these. Is it the Utah one? No. Damn it. Man, where the hell was this? Maybe it is here. I think it just once we get, well, whatever. Maybe it's not an article from this, but all right. So another one of these, Utah legislature patches their blockchain bill. They did drop the Bitcoin reserve provision, but they kind of changing some of the language and what they were doing. They were able to get it passed, and I think they did it late night, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Yeah, Utah lawmakers approved legislation late Friday aimed at providing regulatory clarity, but removed a pivotal provision that would have allowed the state to invest in public funds directly into crypto. So I believe that they can take payments and taxes and stuff. Was the bill prohibits state and local governments from restricting the acceptance or custody of digital assets, protects individual rights to run blockchain nodes, participate in staking, and exempts such activities from state money transmitter licensing requirements. So Texas is with the exception of throwing in a Bitcoin reserve, like they're saying, crypto is cool to do here. That is for sure. Paraguay is only waiting for crypto law. El Salvador's top crypto regulator is saying, from his perspective, Paraguay seems to have the groundwork laid for supervision, regulation, and taxation regimes. See, like the world is ready to do this stuff. Like we've got to pay attention. Like number go up, number will go up. We'll get back to moons and Lambos like very soon. What's up, Andrew? What's up, fam? Hope you are doing well, man. Good to see you. All right, last story we got here, and then we're moving on to some charts because it is time. Done with the news here. We are done. And we'll take a quick break and we'll make sure that we got everything squared away. And then we'll look at some charts. But last one here, I thought this was funny. Taproot Wizards on sale 2 years after being inscribed on Bitcoin. Like the why? Why didn't this happen already? Like when all this stuff was happening? There's no like excitement about ordinals anymore. That's dead. Take a look. Taproot Wizards, a collection of magic internet JPEGs. There you go. Let's see. It is up for sale through the project's website starting March 25th. So you got a little bit of time. Today's March 11th. The additional honorary wizards will be inscribed soon and not included in the sale. Okay, but 2085 will go up for sale. We can take a look at the website in just a second here. Minting a Taproot Wizard will cost hopeful collectors 0.2 Bitcoin or $16,000 at the time of writing. I can tell you, I mean, whatever. If this is your thing, this is your thing. If this is your thing, this is your thing. I would certainly not spend 16,000 now. And they're probably, you know, it's ridiculous. 16,000 was going to launch, and they'll go up to 100,000. It's so I'm not telling you not to do this. I'm just not going to participate. I would not spend 0.2 Bitcoin on that. I just don't feel like this is my jam, right? Not 16,000. Now, however, if you've got two entangled quantum cats, you can get it for half price. It'll be 0.1 Bitcoin or $7,900. And so that sounds like more of a deal. However, I do not have any quantum cats, one with an alive trait and one with the dead trait. So things that I don't have. So I'm not able to take advantage of the discount. So I'll probably sit this one out, unfortunately. But I just wanted to let you guys know that those are coming to you soon just in case you didn't know. So that on sale 2 years after being inscribed. Feel like they missed the ball. Maybe that's just me. I would love to have a conversation with somebody, and maybe this is something we'll talk about Friday. So my whole goal now is to really save some of the more important and or funny things that happen throughout the week, and then we talk about that on the morning show on Friday mornings. And so this is going to be something that I want to talk about on Friday morning, is the ordinals launch years after. Worth it, especially because the attention and the sentiment on ordinals is like, I don't know. I say that, but I'm not involved in that ecosystem or community. Like I know some people are that would be at the morning show. So we are going to wait and find out. Tune in Friday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern. It'll be on my X channel, JChains X. Tune in. Make sure you are following over there. Make sure you are also here. I'm gonna switch the one up here. We want to mash the like today. So we had it on follow me over on X, but now it's mash that like button, and you guys understand why. But that will be Friday morning. We'll talk about this. Talk about Taproot Wizards. Is this something that is good? Should we get one? Should we get in line? Do you still have to whitelist for this stuff? Is there that much activity and interest? We're gonna have to find out. I need if you know anybody in the Taproot Wizard community, tell them to let me know. All right, that is all of our news for today. That's it. Let's see my email. You can email me jchains@proton.me. That'll work. Thanks, Michael. Here, I'll put it in here. There you go. Anybody, if you need to shoot me an email, there you go. You got it. All right, let's get into some charts. I feel like it is time to look at that and see what should we be doing here. What should we be doing here? I do want to zoom out. I know that we talked about this a little bit yesterday. Let's see here. I gotta zoom this sucker way out. Way out. All right. Ay. All right, there we go. Man, I wish sometimes this thing was a little bit easier to manipulate with a trackpad, but don't you worry. Blocky, yeah, nice. Boom. I love that. Awesome. So for coming on the show, I will not be doing an afternoon show. So Friday, my goal is we got the morning show from 9 to 10 or whenever we get off of it. My daughter has gymnastics class, I think from like 10:30 to 11:15 or something like that. And right after her gymnastics class, which is not too far from the house, they're going to come scoop me up and we are out of here. We are booking a cabin for the weekend and we are getting out of town and we are going to just go chill at a cabin and probably have like a bonfire, sit in a hot tub, play some games, and just chill as a family and just get out of town for a couple of days and just like disconnect. So that's my plan for Friday afternoon. So I'm not going to be doing a Friday show, but moving forward, I do plan to go back, and I'm not sure when I'm going to start doing the whole thing, but I am going to go back to doing a morning show and the afternoon show, and I'm going to do them Monday through Friday. I will do them the 2 streams a day that we're going to go back to do, or at least the show on Space, do a Twitter Space, and then the stream in the afternoon. So, oh, perfect. Oh, I see what you're saying. Let's go. AM, let's get it. Friday Kicks asking Jay, true thoughts on alt season. It's coming, and here we go. That's a great segue. Thank you for asking. Let's bring you on over here too. This is the chart that nobody wants to look at. I showed it to AJ, and he's just like, "Get that out of here." He didn't actually say that, but we did talk about this kind of stuff this morning, which was kind of fun. But so really quick, if you look at this, right, this is the 6-month chart on Bitcoin. This is back in 2018. This is January of 2018. So this is 2018 was down, boom. Look at that 75% drop. And then you got January 2022 and January, February, right? I'm sorry, January and then July here. So those were 65% drop, right? 75, 65. Where we are today, it's not as much. So this is where I took it from, up here, down 65% to 30. Like it's 38 from where I had it before. And maybe that's off a little bit, but that's a scary number, right? And so we'll see. Doubtful. Everything's way too bullish. However, you never know. Someone else may have seen this chart, and that's why it's in my head and why I'm seeing it now. And this is where the big money wants to take it, and they want to reg it, and they want max pain. This would be max pain. This, to me, if this were to happen, I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm a mega bull. You guys know that about me. You guys know that about me. But here's the deal. This, to me, is the absolute worst case scenario that you would see, is this right here. This would cause so much fear and so much panic. It would be capitulation city, and that's exactly what they want. This is exactly what they would want, is for people to just say, "Oh shit, what am I doing here, man? I'm done. Like, I got to sell. I'm done. It's going to zero." And a drop down into the high 30s would happen. That would happen. People would get completely annihilated and scared and capitulate. But remember, don't do it. Diamond hand. This is the time you got to. Diamond hand is a joke most of the time, but this is when you got to do it. Like if shit were to hit the fan, it's not going to zero. It's, you talk about all the articles that we looked at. The narrative is way too big. This ecosystem, this industry, this once movement is now part of the financial ecosystem of the world. This is a global thing now. You got to understand that. All right. Is it coming this year? Alt season. Okay. This is, so I opened up to the Bitcoin chart, but what I want to actually do is go to the others. The others chart is the total market cap excluding the top 10. That means no Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, top stable coins. None of that stuff is in here, right? So 11 through the rest. A true indicator of altcoin season. What do you notice? Up, down, up, down, up, down. We're in the down right now. Who knows how much farther it's going to go? If Bitcoin were to drop to the 30s, you sure as fuck we're going to see a lot more drop on this chart right here, right? And so if we were to try to guess, it didn't quite come up. It came up, so it bottomed at about the wick there, right? So if you would think, let's just, for shits and giggles, say this right here, and we don't want this to be green. Green is always a fun color. We're going to make that red. Say that right there is the bottom of where it's going, right? That potentially could be it. If it plays where, just like this did, right? Where the bottom, this body went to the top of this wick. So this was where the fall started, right? So now we've got to think here, boom. So now our next pump would happen after we hit this. We've got to bottom off and then go up. And we've got Man, this is still the 6-month chart. This is probably not the chart I want to be looking at for here, but maybe it is, especially because we were looking at Bitcoin like that. Let's do the weekly. What would the weekly be like? Where- I mean, in all reality, man, like I this is where it's headed. Like, this was not the top. This was the where there's no way that the altcoin market didn't break the all-time high of the 2021 market. Now, I know that we had a lot of shitty meme coins. We had a lot of bullshit. What is happening right now is taking care of that. A lot of the dog shit coins are going to go to zero. A lot of the bullshit that was here is going to go away. That's what this space needs. That's what these corrections are good for. They're good for cleaning things up. So we will see some of this bullshit dilution that we had with this meme coin season go away now. From that, all the good money will pile into the right projects, and that will create the altcoin season. We need this is like the cleansing that we need of this entire ecosystem, because we know the meme coin bullshit was bullshit. Like, we all know that. Like, it got nasty. And when you get celebrities coming in and turbo rugging, like, nah, man, we're done with all of that. So this is what needs to happen right now. And this is okay. If you're long-term thinking, if you're smart money, you understand that and you're patient. But this is going to be the largest transformation of wealth in the history of humankind. We know this. We've been saying it for years. This is the bull run of all bull runs, because look what's fucking happening right now across the globe with countries fighting for Bitcoin. They're adding in digital asset reserves all over the country here. I mean, the writing is on the wall. You just got to understand that this is just being manipulated, and the price will hit hard, man. It'll probably go low. What's so funny is that people in our community, we got people like Corey, who he's not a bull, or I'm sorry, he's not a bear, but he's been calling for like low Bitcoin prices, like 53, stuff like that. Like, and we're like, dude, get fucked. Like, it's not happening. But what's happening right now is this is the shakeout. I showed you a chart on this one that if they're, on this, let's see, let's go back and do this, because I want to do a diminished, let's see, I just need Bitcoin, and then we need to go Bitcoin here, BTC. Nope. Is this right? Nope. That's why I did it wrong. I need the Bitstamp one. Okay. So what we originally did, and maybe that's where my number was off a little bit. So I'm going to pop that off. We're going to move this line here. We'll move the arrow away for a second. And because we did 75, 65, and I believe he was the one saying, hey, why didn't you start with 55? Like, why wouldn't you make it 55? And that makes a whole lot of sense. So we go 75, 65, 55. And I like to see that. I think that would make a little bit of sense. Go get fucked, Corey. So we got the measurement tool from here. So 55% would be like 42.6, right? So like, like low 40s, low 42s. That's crazy. But is it really that crazy? We should save that. 55% is, we'll do right on this, how we measured it here, 43,283. So let's grab this. There we go. All right. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm not saying that this is what is going to happen, but at the end of the day, if Bitcoin follows this 75, I got to bring it up for you guys so you can see it here. 75, 65, and then 55. Let's make sure that we. Let's fix that. So we're looking at the right information. Okay. All right. So there we go. Man, it didn't change, even though we went in there and did that. Anyway. All right. That's Bitcoin. We looked at this is the total market cap. This is the end of the year right here, this green line. So if we think that the bull run is going to last longer than 2025, then we could disregard that green line. But if we don't, then we really need to see like an up. And to be perfectly honest with you, we actually need to see it go up even more, because 4 something trillion, I believe, is kind of what people are calling for this. I mean, we have to kind of get up there, I believe, if we want to really make a look at that. It'd be like a nice little triple step there for this bull. That'd be great. And then we come down. Look, maybe. Oh, look what's going to happen. 1, 2, 3, and then the next run is 4. I don't know if that's the truth, but that would be great if we see a massive push up into the 4 trillions as a market cap. We need the help of not only Bitcoin and everything, but also we need this other chart. We need this thing to fucking go up. We need the altcoin season to happen. And earlier today, AJ and I were looking at dominance. We're looking at Bitcoin price and how that's correlated, how that works, how that moves. It doesn't always do the same thing, right? You might see the Bitcoin dominance shoot way down, but the Bitcoin price goes ways up, and a lot of other things go up too, and vice versa, right? Like, really interesting how all of that would work. But at the end of the day, the question, I think, when we started all of this was altcoin season. I tell you, it's coming. It is coming. When? I don't know. We're gonna have to keep looking, but it sure as shit ain't right now. You know why? Because we are still headed down. We are still in a downward direction. And if we were to look at, we have a bottom there. So we'll see. I mean, that's 181 billion. We're currently at 220 billion. So that would be a wipe out 40 billion. That would suck. Now, I did actually let's go here. There's a couple things I actually wanted to look at my Twitter account for. Why is that? It was because I did a thing. Guys, make sure you drop, instead of doing it in the chat, if you don't want to do it in the chat, because also there's people that watch on X, but I got a post that says, hey fam, drop a ticker or a CA to look on stream this afternoon. When we get through these charts and open up Dex tools, like, I want to look at some of the coins that you guys have been looking at and see. Also, shout out to my Canadian friends, especially if you are in the Lake of America area. So I have officially decided that we should rename that a tag to Trump and Elon Musk. Instead of Lake Ontario, we should call it Lake of America. And if you guys agree to be a 51st state, then we'll just keep it Lake of Ontario, or Lake Ontario, or Ontario Lake, whatever it was. It's Lake of America. I forget what it used to be. So at least in my mind, that's what it is. And this is what I actually came here to look up right now, was this right here, about the total liquidations. Yeah, since February 23rd, so over the last 16 days, we had $8 billion wiped out of the market. That is about 500 million per day, obviously, spread out over those 16 days. But you could see from 0.8 to 1.2 billion dollars in a single day wiped out over several days. That is wild, man. That is the don't play with leverage, especially in a manipulated market. Don't play with leverage, especially in a manipulated market, if you know what you're doing. Now, a lot of that was probably people who did still know what they were doing. I know that I took a liquidation. It wasn't a big one, but Lake of Chains is what I'm calling that lake. Lake Chains. Yeah. Well, the chain of lakes, isn't that a thing? The chain of lakes? The chain of lakes. Isn't that in Michigan? Or is that the chain lakes? Chain O lakes. The Chain O Lakes, are simply the chain, is a waterway system in northeast Illinois composed of 15 lakes connected by the Fox River. Okay, that's what Chain O Lakes. That's why I know about it. That's in the northeast section of Illinois, is where I grew up, in the western suburbs of Chicago. So, well, you guys know that, my affiliation with Andrew Gordon and all that stuff. So, Ellie, what is up? Shout out to you. Well, the most important thing that you missed is this right here. I have officially named Lake of America. We are no longer referring to Lake Ontario as Lake Ontario. It is now Lake of America. Now, pending the 51st state and tariff debacle that's happening, we may change our mind here, but we'll see. And this is all in good fun. I love my Canadian friends. I cannot wait to see you guys at Futurist in a few, in less than a couple months. So we're pumping because I have my own lake now. This is facts. 51st state, Canada. Yep. Now, if they decide not to do 51st state, the lake name's already done. But if they do decide to do 51st state, then there's always that's like redemption, right, or whatever they call it. something like that. All right. What have we got else chart wise? I believe that was it on the X thing, right? Where the main goal was to look at that. Those are my shoes that I was wearing today. The Jordan 4 retro tattoos. Those were fun. I'd gotten those a while back. I don't wear them often at all. At all. It's probably like the second time I've ever worn them. I just felt like wearing it just because. All right. Go ahead and smash the like button. I'm gonna take a sip of water. While you smash the like button, I'm gonna take a sip of water. Then also, guys, remember, drop any contract addresses. Actually, don't do contract addresses because I think the YouTube thing hides those from everybody, and I can't even get them myself. So don't do that. Do a cash tag ticker. Do that deal. Or if you want to take advantage of a contract address, you could put that in the tweet that I had put where I was asking you guys. And let's see what kind of answer. What do we got so far? What are we looking at? I'm gonna bring you guys in on this so you can see this too, bro. When are we gonna play some Texas Hold'em in our underground Solana Poker Club? I'm into that. Arbitrum, all right, we look that up. Asvoria, those guys are like out in another country. Interlink, we could do that. Pulse. I actually looked at my lockup. This is something we talked about last week. I did look it up over the weekend, I believe. I think I'm like a quarter into my 15-year hex lockup. So don't be a clock blocker. That's funny. Titan. AINTI. That's the official McAfee coin. I know that was the official one that Janice launched, or at least that account launched, or however that worked out. I said no to that. That was not happening. Oh, that's right. I do have the information pulled up for this. So when we do get to Dex Tools a little bit later, I'm glad that I would have had the tab open and I would have seen it. But yes, I am looking forward to not only looking this up today, some Honeycomb stuff, but having Jacob on the show. As you guys know, he's one of the homies. He's one of our crew members. He's one of our community guys. But he's been building an awesome tool over in the Cardano ecosystem. So that is something I'm looking forward to. We're going to look at it briefly today because we want to save a lot more so we can go in depth when we have him on the show. So that'll be coming up soon. So hell yeah, dog. Hell yeah. Look. I want you to know, look, I got the chart pulled up. I got the Twitter pulled up. We are ready to go, my guy. I'm glad that you're here. All right, let's see. We were on this one right here. So, all right, let's get it. Appreciate you guys. Go ahead and smash the like button. Remember, number one thing you can do to help me grow this channel, as this is a pivotal moment for me, is to grow this thing and to make it happen. So we did Bitcoin, we did market caps, we did others. Dominance. What is dominance coming in at? 62% here. So it was 61 something when we were looking at coin market cap. Coin market cap coming in at 61.1. However, we'll always want to trust what we see here on TradingView the most. Let's remove this because we thought this was a different chart. Coming in at 62.04. Bitcoin dominance. Man, I'll tell you what. What is the all-time high? Now that is before a lot of things. So I think really at some point you got to figure out, when do you want to draw the line of when does the dominance, like, see, like up here, like this should just be like, at some point there should be like a true line of, this is when the ecosystem started. This is when we had a lot more activity. It wasn't just a handful. Like when I got into crypto in 2017, what does it say right now as far as coins on CoinMarketCap? 12.48 million. I'm fairly confident it was under 10,000 in 2020. Oh, what were the numbers? Oh, if I could remember that would be great. It was probably, if you were to go back on videos of, doing live streams from way back then, you would hear that, because we've probably been saying that same thing of how many cryptos are in the ecosystem. And man, 12.48 million is insane to think. But a lot of them, they still will stay on here or whatever, but a lot of them will go to nothing. A lot of them will go to zero. A lot of the rug pulls, all that shit will not survive. Things that haven't rugged, that are on the fringe, money's going to dry out, sentiment's going to change. All of that is going to happen. and those projects that were kind of on the fringe of collapsing are most likely going to collapse. So it's unfortunately how it works. So, but if you got a strong community, if you're making the memes, if you are having fun, if you're building, growing, doing all that stuff, you are going to be fine. You will withstand. You are going to be fine. As long as you don't need money to sustain, you're good. All right. Crypto Billy, I appreciate you, my brother. I will see you later tonight. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all have a good one there, my guy. And let's see. Back to the. Do we want to look at anything? Ondo looking brutal. I did get an alert on the one of our V chains. Let's just look at some of our charts. Let's just breeze through some of our charts and see what things are looking like. We're getting dangerously close today with that wick. Well, this is the week. Let's go to the daily. Yeah, that wick dangerously close into our get ready to make it happen zone. So hopefully we'll see a turnaround, but you really gotta. Yes, it does work. Double click and then it happens there. So you really got to zoom in on these indicators. What do you see? All right, we're starting to see some things maybe start to change. It's not coming down. This is not coming down a hill as hard. Money flow still over in the red. That could change. These momentum waves. We do have an anchor wave. This could be the beginning of that trigger wave right there. That'd be great. But we say great. When you look at the whole chart itself, this thing has just been falling. But today's been great. Love to see it at 84 cents. Ondo, as you know, is my biggest holdings in my portfolio. So big believer in where this thing is going. We just market wide needs to see a correction, and I believe once things start kicking off, once that attention comes back, and once that sentiment changes, a lot of the projects, once we switch into that utility phase, which this is the next phase, is the utility phase. Mark my words, this is where we're going. I know the meme coin ecosystem is not going to be as prevalent. There's just no way. It's time for smart money and big money to take over and to bring it back on track, and that's what's going to happen later this year after we get through some of this regulation stuff that we're seeing. Because there's just, again, you'll hear me say this until I'm blue in my face, because the problem is that people, maybe they're not listening or they understand it, but the narrative outside of the price of all of these coins is so fucking bullish. It has never been this bullish in all of crypto. So the fact that we may be seeing prices continue to fall for a little bit longer, that doesn't mean anything. When you are in doubt, you got to zoom out, baby, and you will see where things are headed. So JASMY, love JASMY. JASMY is ready. It is. We know that it's ready. It has just been on this downward, just like everything else, on just a downward fall since December. It's getting ready to do its thing when everything else does. Where is it going to fall? I don't know, because the whole problem now with JASMY is that if we don't hold like these levels, let's get rid of this green circle. We don't need that. But we're up here now, so we're up above this. But do you see this volume? Man, let's go on a 4-hour. Maybe we can get a better look with volume and stuff too. But so, as you can see, like we are here. We have this like no man's land. If we fall into that, like if we see this thing drop down to sub penny, to half of a penny before it rips, that will be depressing. Only because I kept buying dips thinking that it was going to be the time. It was happening. However, don't forget, the landscapes, they are changing. It's just like I said it earlier in the show, and because we're talking about JASMY, because we are seeing the acceptance change in Japan, because we're seeing ETS launch, because we're seeing taxes, the capital gains taxes reduction as well there on crypto. When all of the regulation and legislation happens, I believe you will see a major catalyst and a major pump on JASMY. And that's what I've been buying for, and that's what I'm holding out for. However, it just keeps slipping. But again, like a lot of coins, everything's slipping. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Andrew just doubled his Ondo holdings. Now second largest holding after XRP. Let's go. Let's get it. Shout out to my Ondovians. But notice that the divs can play out 5 times. Oh, man, oh, man. B Baker saying, "Wish I had money to buy this wonderful dip, holding on to my bags." Yeah, that's. I mean, there's not many options you have at this particular moment. You are buying if you have dry powder. You are selling because you're afraid, or you are just sitting and you are waiting. And at some point, remember, like this could be the time where maybe you go through your garage, you go up into the attic, you go out to the shed, you go into the basement, whatever it is, and you go find some things that you don't need anymore that might have some value that you could sell. Sell several things for all of a sudden, maybe you got a couple $100 or a couple grand or whatever else you got. And then now you put that shit straight into the market. And that is you go ahead and you declutter some of your life and you put some of that capital to use, man. And then look, if you sell a motorcycle now and you turn that $1,500 or $3,000, or maybe you got a nice bike at 10 grand, whatever it is, and you turn that into a 10x, man, you can go buy another motorcycle and you could still have profits. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the time to be doing all that stuff. So if you don't have dry powder, you can always make dry powder, pick up a side hustle, do something to go mow lawns. That's when you're a kid. Go out there and go to the neighbors and go mow some lawns. Go make some money. You want to go to the mall with your friends, go mow some lawns. Go have a lemonade stand. I don't think you can do lemonade stands anymore. Can you? Can kids have lemonade stands? Is that a thing? Put nail polish on and sell those feet pics. I know there's a lot of people. I already have nail polish on. My daughter does like nail salon things. I usually don't let her do the hands, or I just pick them off right away. But my toenails have been painted for what feels like 6 months at this point. Probably should get them off. Nobody wants to buy you. Corey thinks nobody wants to buy his feet pics, but you would be surprised, man. You don't really ever know what people maybe are into. I don't know. Do you have hairy feet? Remember, that's my Harry Marinara is my feet picks, feet fans, or what's the name of the site where I'll be doing my feet stuff? Harry Marinara. I'm just gonna be stepping on noodles, and I can't really step on pizza, but I'll probably have to. It'll only be New York style pizza, and if you know me, you know why. All right, graph is a shitty chart. Great project, shitty chart. VeChain. I'm getting ready to swap out a bunch of my Ethereum and put it into VeChain. I think it is time. I'm going to be watching this, and you guys have heard me talking about how I really want to get more into the VBetterDAO ecosystem. And my goal is to make some fucking money in this bull run, or get a job, or whatever I got to do. But my goal is to get a Tesla Model X. And then I want to do, all the things that include, the EV stuff and just environmental stuff and all that. And that would be because, again, sustainability going to play a major role in crypto over the next several years. A lot of money going to be flowing into the sustainability side of it. So pay attention, fam. VeChain definitely want to get in. I want to make sure that I swap some of my ETH for, this is a great time to do that. Swap some of my ETH for VeChain. It will be time. All right. So a couple weeks ago, or about a month ago now, maybe. When did it happen? On 2/16. So February 16th. So damn near getting close to a month. I swapped $10,000 of Solana for Ethereum. And that value has gone way down on both sides. But I'm glad that I swapped it to Ethereum because it has preserved a little bit more. As of today, there it is. Don't mind the 14,000. That's just combining them both. I just wanted to put them on the same thing for one look. So the Ethereum, or the 3.74, is worth 7,200, whereas the Solana would have been worth 6,800. So made the right decision going with Ethereum there. But it's time to do something else with that, because I don't want to run, and I have more Ethereum, but I don't want to. I just need to keep some for gas. I don't need to be holding that much. So, all right. I believe that would take it to, that's enough of these charts. Let's go look at the ones that the community wants to look at. All right. First one is for my guy, Carrie. I know that you have asked several times for Peak. Let's take a look at Peak. Smash the like button for yourself while we look these up. Remember, we're going to be looking up your favorite charts. And Peak, is that probably something that I can find on PEAQ. Peak USDT. Available on KuCoin. Let's see. Let's look at the daily. All right. It has definitely found, hopefully, its bottom, which is crazy, which is its initial floor price at 11 cents. Obviously, is this a double top? Damn near close to a double top. So this is, I mean, this is ultimately the goal, right? Let's make that green. We got our Christmas chart here. We got red, green, and white. Ho, ho, ho. And I would say that this thing probably, it's got, which is interesting, is an interesting distribution of volume. Obviously, right here is going to be the first, probably of many hurdles to get up as far as jumping up volume wise, or it's going to be maybe a challenge on several occasions. You know, you always got to look at supports and resistance. Some, you know, those roles will reverse as time goes on. So, here you go. There's like, as it moves through the zone, and you could throw, you know, some of your other indicators on here and all that kind of stuff, but you know, you don't have interesting. Where is this? So you don't have a 200. Yeah, there's no 200 yet. I don't know, man. This one, if you need the DCA, so depending on where you got in, this is not one that that I have anything of, and it probably can only go up from here, depending. It's never tested its initial like launch zone before, so really, seems to have bounced off of it, you know, in some respect. We'll keep an eye on this. I'll add this one to the. We'll keep an eye on this one. I don't mind looking at this some more and just kind of see what happens. And let's circle where we're at. We're on this candle. So we always know where we're at. All right. Let's take a look at another one. Now I got some CAs over on Twitter, so we can look them up there. This is Grok on Solana. Is that right? This is Grok on base. Let's see. It's got $497,000 in liquidity. Market cap at 2.72 million. Just launched recently, so this is going to be all right. We'll set this one for a little bit. We'll come back to it. There's going to be a lot of these, probably of things that we really don't know too much about, and should maybe do some. Maybe I'll do what I'll do. What I'm going to do actually on a lot of these is I will look up all of these because I don't want to, like, if any of them ends up being a rug, I don't want you guys to lose any money. So what I'm not going to do is look up things that I don't know about right now, like to that regard, because I just really want to think about that. I don't want you guys to get in trouble, but we can look at some. Let's see. I know Gary was one that came in from Mr. Dude as well. So I'll look at that one. Gary is a giraffe. I do know that. I have seen this Gary coin before. Got a couple million in liquidity. It's got a 3.95 million. And I'm not saying that Grok coin was a scam. I'm not saying that. I should probably do a little bit better of a job of looking at some of these things before, or just so that nobody gets themselves into trouble. Because the last thing I want is anybody get themselves lost doing some money. Full support of you, buddy. Glad to see you doing this, bro. HD, my fam, I appreciate you. Let's go. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to you all. Y'all are the support team. You know, I appreciate you guys. Dougie Fresh got to run. Hey, have yourself a great night, my guy. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and we will see you tomorrow, or we'll see you in the chat later. You never know. Sometimes that thing gets a rolling. Look, this thing's actually like a giraffe. It's like a giraffe neck. You know what I mean? Right here, this whole thing is the giraffe neck, so it's got to form the giraffe head. You can't really curve it back, but this is just kind of like the giraffe head is what's happening right now. So, and this is Gary on Soul. They only had a really good run over the last little bit here. If you say you were holding on, say you bought this pump. Let's just say you bought this pump towards the top and it reversed on you. So well, for the most part, that's what usually happens to people, right? You buy the pump and then it fucking reverses on you. So say you did that. You are up 153%. 155%, somewhere in there. I mean, like at some point you got to take profits, right? Like 100% is 100%. Now, if you only put in a couple bucks and you want to try to run, do like the, I'm only putting in 100. I'm gonna try to run this thing up. Even if it goes to zero, I don't care. I get it. Then don't worry because this thing could just take off. And that's the whole point sometimes is to take that low dollar amount and see how many times you can exit. And we've all tried to hit the runners. They don't always all run. Most of the time, they don't run at all. They just take a shit. Meme coins take a shit. Corey. Corey is now, what were you? Corey, Captain Crunch? Or now you are now Captain, not Captain. We got to change the captain since you can't be a captain. General Glizzy. You are now, Corey is now General Glizzy. General Glizz in the house. Reporting for duty, sir. Hup, hup. That's what you have to say every morning in the chat group. General Glizzy reporting for duty, sir. Hup, hup. We need a video. I'm going to need a video of that, please. You can drop it in our chat. No one will share it, I don't think. I can't confirm nor deny it, but. All right. What else do we? There are so many projects. Like I feel bad. One of the reasons why I don't want to go through all of these because I feel bad. There are so many. So what I'm going to do is tonight, and maybe what I can do. I'll find a way to go through these things. But what I don't want to do is go through again. Do the wrong thing. I want to take the time now instead to go and look at this project, Honeycomb. Again, we're going to have Jacob on soon. We're going to do a massive deep dive into it. But I did get a request for this to be one of the coins to look at today from my guy, Heck, the snack back, I believe back from Thailand. I don't know what his plan is as far as traveling, going back out, but he's got a bare knuckle match coming up soon, if I'm not mistaken. This month, at the tail end of this month, near the Tampa area. So I might try to get down there and go see that. So anyway, that was him requesting this Honeycomb. Honeycomb started by our guy Jacob. The first wallet visualization and a mapping tool on Cardano. The hashtag HNY, sometimes ran by the AI intern Buzz. Buzz, your girlfriend. Woof. The Home Alone fans, y'all know what that is. All right. So there's some visualization. So you can see what this thing does. So if you understand, blockchain visualization, you can kind of see where the wallets and all that stuff. All right. So let's go. I have opened up. If you go to their link tree, you can go to Splash Protocol. Splash Protocol will take you to this right here where you can see the chart. So now, let's take a look at what we've got here. You guys can see this whole thing, right? Yes, you can. All right. All right. So what we have got here is I would say, did a very good job of establishing a floor during the accumulation zone. And then what happens? Kaboomski. All right. So, and what happened here? So it came back down. All right. Let's do this. These babies came pretty close to each other right here, right? And so this was the initial rise where we had it go down to, and then obviously come back down. This became our first line of resistance that clearly went through. This is on the 1-day chart. Okay. And then went way up. So we've got, let's chart. We'll do the top just because that's the all-time high. And then we'll see. Well, there's a lot of activity right here. This seems to be, this is the zone right in here, right? That's the zone in there. That seems to be where it does most of its stuff. So this line right here at what, 30.75, somewhere around there seems to be its major resistance mark. And so it looks like you got a green candle coming back up. Maybe it's going to make another touch point and break through. But what we saw here was this came back. When this came back down, this wicked back down basically to where this top was. You catching where I'm putting up, what I'm putting down. So with that being said, I believe the next move, what we should see, right? If Yeah, I mean, let's go here. This is it. We're bullish, man. HNY up here. This line right here, 56.09. That's the target. We just got to get through this resistance line right here. And I'm going to watch this one. I'm going to keep on. I don't know how I can keep this up because I know I backed out of it and it refreshed it and I changed the tab so it doesn't save drawings. I don't believe. Maybe it will. Hopefully it will. But we'll check back in on this, man. And I definitely want to see. And if there's another, and if you guys can tell me if there's another site, I believe you might have in the beginning of the show or before, if there's another site that I should be looking at for the Cardano coins other than this this splash app.splash.trade, let me know. Because I will gladly use something different, especially if it preserves lines and some of the work that we're doing. So all right, I will get to the rest of some of those coins later, as they say. All right, well, I think that's it. I'm wondering if my daughter is outside playing with her friends in the neighborhood. It is gorgeous outside today, absolutely gorgeous. She is funny. She came in yesterday at the end when I was already done with the show. She knocked on my door, she came in, and she basically thought that I didn't do my show because I wasn't on it when she came in. And I said, "Oh, honey, I already did it." And so she wanted to. I figured she was going to be here today, but that's it. I'm going to wrap it up. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening, afternoon. Wherever you are, I hope the rest of whatever it is to you at this part of your day goes extremely well and beyond. And we will see each other in about 23 hours. So have a good one. Adios, amigos. Have what is today? Yeah, have some tacos tonight if you can. We're having fried rice. We're not doing tacos, but I hope that you